It's one of the loudest stadiums in the National Football League. And with the drum beating, the crowd has begun its battle cry here at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today, a good one in store. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Your 2026 Kansas City Chiefs.
Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen with you. That's Harrison Butker. Set to get things started. Off we go from Kansas City. And the return will bring him to the 28-yard line. That's where the offense will get going for the first time in this one. Here come the Eagles, and that's Jalen Hurts. Year 7 now in the league. The Super Bowl 59 MVP out of Oklahoma.
You know, one of the biggest stories of the entire NFL offseason, Mike, was the Philadelphia Eagles, and specifically this Eagles offense. And, you know, anytime you talk about that, it's going to center around the quarterback and Jalen Hurts. And, you know, here's a guy that's been a Super Bowl champion, played in multiple Super Bowls, has been an MVP contender multiple seasons. So how do they build this new offense around him? How do they get Jalen Hurts back playing the ball we saw just a couple seasons ago? Because when he's at his best with the talent of this offense, this is a Super Bowl contender. The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
To throw on second down is Hurts. It finds the hands of Marquise Brown. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Hurts again. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He'll send the receiver in motion to the left. On 3rd down, here's Hurts. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And that one's going to be shut down. They are short of the line to gain. No first down, and the punt team will come on here on 4th down.
I think there's one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And he's not going to get there. A couple of yards short. And this is going to be a turnover on down.
Coaches love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive approach. But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
10th season now for the 2-time MVP of the league, 3-time Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes, Greg, back after suffering the knee injury in Week 15 of the 2025 season.
I'll tell you what, Mike, we have a blast every week doing this, but when we get our assignments and we see this guy on deck, it just gets a little bit more special. I mean, to witness firsthand one of the greatest, one of the most transcendent players of all time at the quarterback position, you just know when he's on the field, you're likely to witness something special. And Needless to say, I think we're all pretty excited for this one.
He'll step up and run, and he'll slide to a halt after picking up about 6.
It's a pickup of 6.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
A fake to Walker, and now Mahomes. That's to the right side, and incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Burton. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Eagles' 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 7. The first carry for the Spartan, Kenneth Walker. And nothing materializes there. Just fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs are out to an early 3-0 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Eagles offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They'll begin with 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll manage to break a tackle, get this forward for a couple, and it's 2nd down.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains, they're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. He's trying to push his way forward, but there's nowhere to go. They've got him right at the line of scrimmage.
Clearly the plan on offense was to establish the run a little bit on this drive, Mike, but the defense is having none of it. 1st and 2nd down stop, no gain. Now it brings up a 3rd and long. We'll see if they try something else.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. This is Barkley. And he'll bring this to about the 34-yard line. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
And they're not going to snap it. We have come to the end of the first quarter of play. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter. They've got a 2nd and 8 coming up. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He's inside the 35. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Barkley. Wow, how he got away from that first defender, I have no idea. This will wind up with positive yardage on the play.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They face 2nd down and 7. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Oh, not a good throw there. That's across his body. It's intercepted. Picked off by Drew Tranquil. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Chiefs offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards.
It'll be a pickup of 10. 1st down, KC.
The ability to generate explosive plays is the greatest correlation with the ability to score points. So every defense nowadays is trying to say, cannot let them throw the ball over our head. What does that do? Get you a little bit more depth in your drops. Makes it a little bit easier for some of these check down pickups.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Mahomes on 1st down. Working the right side, taken in by Rice.
Mahomes pass complete to Rashid Rice. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 19-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Mahomes now to throw again. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
3rd and short. Here's Patrick. And he's not going to be able to escape the rush here. He goes down.
If you want to win in this league and have a successful defense, how you perform on 3rd down is critical. Even more so, your backs are up against the wall. Offense finds themselves down in the red zone. Those sacks go a long way in getting red zone stops.
41-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chiefs, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. Here's Pierce for the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They're still in search for their first points in this one, but only trailing 6-0. And this drive will begin with a 1st down. Off the play fake, Hurts. Left side, it's caught by Brown. And a big strike for good yardage there, all the way up to midfield. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive. And they will get another play off. We have reached the 2-minute warning. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
See what they have for 2nd and 7. Now it's Hurts. He'll get that out to Barkley. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. To throw is Hurts. He'll try and get there on the ground. Hurts will give himself up here at the end, but not before he picks up a 1st down.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the 1st down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
They'll run it here with Saquon. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. So the Eagles will use their first time out here as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Second and 7. A pistol snap, back to Hurts. He'll look underneath here for Barkley. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. It'll come with 36 ticks left on the 1st half clock. This drive rolling now, another 1st and 10. To throw, Hurts. He runs with it. What a great gainer that is. He runs it down to the 5. That is a gain of 20. What a chance now. First and goal coming up.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes. Now whistles. Timeout, 3 seconds left in this first half. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This from 30 yards out. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles are on the board just before halftime. So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hanson, who has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hanson, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he's able to push his way forward. A gain of about 2. It'll be second down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 8. Throwing from the gun, here's Patrick. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 5.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Mahomes now on 3rd and 2. And he has a nice job to avoid the initial wave, but they finally get there to bring him down behind the line.
You find yourself trailing coming out of the halftime break. Your defense is going to start on the field. And, man, what a great way to get this half started. Keep this game within one possession, get the ball back to your offense, and see what they can do.
On now is Ariza to punt it away. On the return, it's Covey. Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. Following the play, we have an Eagle who is shaken up. Athletic training staff looking at him so we'll step aside. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
We're going to put a man in motion to the right. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. And even 30 yards. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Man in motion is Smith. On 1st down, it's Hurts. He's to the 15. Well, so often that running back is the best friend of a quarterback down there. This time he takes the pass, and he takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Mike, the key to a good passing game is to find ways to keep everybody involved. When a defense has to account for every potential target, they tend to get really stretched pretty thin. That's exactly what this offense was able to do. Get the ball to your running back, and he's able to do the rest.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Eagles open the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
Chiefs 6.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Motion man is Rice. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick 1st down.
I mean, you talk about a crazy 12 months for Kenneth Walker. He goes from Super Bowl MVP back in February. Then he hits free agency and gets paid by the Chiefs. And they just love the mix of his speed, his power, and they think he's a huge missing piece of getting this offense back on track.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Good run after a good run. This one for 14 yards and another 1st down.
Doesn't matter the level of football, Mike. If they can't stop it, keep running it until they can. And I think that's what we're seeing here on this drive. Back-to-back explosive gains on the ground. I would imagine at some point the defense gives it a different look.
Motion man is Rice. 1st and 10 for Mahomes. This caught right side by Worthy. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. Down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Now, after the play, looks like we have an injury for one of the Chiefs. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now, Mahomes. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. It looked like one of the Chiefs is able to recover, and they hold on to the ball. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. And the Chiefs will punt the ball away. They forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. Man in motion is Smith. Hurts to the air on 1st down. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
It's a
Gain of 17 to start the final quarter with a 1st down.
Anybody who thought this coach was going to get conservative with this late lead is sadly mistaken, Mike. They're out here still throwing haymakers with this passing game. They're not content with just having the lead. They're looking to increase it.
Play action. Here's Hurts. That's caught. It's the tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Big play after big play to start this drive. 34 for that one.
How about that for your first catch of the game? I mean, to be able to attack the defense with your very first grab really sets things up nicely for the rest of the game. So defensively, they need to tighten up a little bit on the back end, because I promise you that's not going to be the last time they call his number.
They'll pitch it to Barkley. He's got space inside the 25. And he'll get this all the way down to the Chiefs' 12. A pickup there of 25 yards. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Hurts gonna hold on to this one. And he'll work forward for about 4. It's second down.
He was brought down at the 8.
Yeah, a nice job right there. I mean, makes the right read, pulls the ball, and turns himself into the runner. And I really like the way he covers himself up at the end, gets good yardage, and avoids the big hit.
It is 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That one to the end zone, but incomplete.
The sideline erupted. They thought that was an easy 6, but instead, it was nothing but disappointment. I mean, that is a gut-wrenching missed opportunity for the offense, and he has his head down just in disbelief.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, Eagles. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Elliott on now for the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Eagles are able to extend the lead. It's now 17-6.
Chiefs 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. He'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Chiefs offense about ready to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Mahomes. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. It's 2nd down.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
Motion man is Rice. On 2nd down, Mahomes. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
That's into the hands of Worthy. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
So we see this more and more often in today's NFL, Mike, where on 3rd down, the ball is actually thrown short of the chains. And there's really 2 reasons. 1, teams are a lot more willing to use 4th down. And 2, they have a lot of confidence in these receivers and tight ends and backs to run after the catch.
That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
Turnover on downs.
And that is just a bad time for a mental mistake. You have to secure that ball before you worry about turning upfield. You know it's 4th down. You know where the marker is. You've got to make that catch and keep this drive alive.
Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's a handoff to Barkley running left. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
It's a gain of 9.
Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. Once again, it's Barkley. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. Following the play, we have an Eagle who is shaken up. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Looks like a design run. Hurts has it, and he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
And that's kind of a double whammy of sorts for this defense. Not only do you not get the 3rd down stop, but now this offense, Mike, they're able to bleed even more clock down with this fresh set of downs.
They'll have it 1st and 10. Running from the pistol with Barkley. And he is planted backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line.
The tackle made back at the 25-yard line.
So they'll come to the line, 2nd down, they need 14 yards. They run out of the gun with Barkley. Good work there to get this back close to a first down. 13 on the gain. It sets up a much more manageable 32.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
This would go a long way to sealing this one. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run here with Barkley. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
Nice run right there. You get down here into the red zone area, Mike, and yards are hard to come by. He's able to stick his head in there and sets him up for 1st and goal.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the 2nd half. No points allowed, and they cruise to victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.